Welcome to Forged in the Fires podcast with Fireman Rob. Being a fireman, father, veteran, husband, world record holder, and Ironman, he brings stories of experience to impact your life while challenging you to live it. What do you want from your life? Why do you want it? Are you willing to go through the challenges to get there? If you have the courage to take that first step, let this podcast be the catalyst to start your fire, while you bring the resilience to make it continue to burn. Our lives are made up of moments called right nows. So let's get started. Forged in the Fires podcast with your host, Fireman Rob, begins now.
Welcome back to Forged in the Fires podcast. I'm your host, Fireman Rob. It's great to have you back. And this week we're talking about one of the 7 catalysts that I talk about. It's actually the 7th catalyst. It's mental strength. And this week we're going to talk about the question of how do you toughen your mental muscle? This is such a great question because over my extent in the fire service, as well as my extent when doing full triathlons in firefighter gear, the ability to utilize my mind over my body's limitations was the critical aspect of being able to find that value, find that success in many different things that a lot of people said, yeah, you can't do that. Mental muscle is probably one of the most beneficial things that you can actually start to strengthen. But how do you do that? Well, it's putting yourself in situations that you wouldn't usually put yourself into. It's being able to push when you're being pushed against. The mind works in negative fashion on a daily basis because there's so many things that we don't know. There's so many unknowns out there. And so we are protecting ourselves through the negative reactions, the negative thoughts to new situations. The biggest thing that you can do to strengthen that mental muscle is to actually get yourself to start to think positively. Now, from the perspective of dealing with PTSD, dealing with depression, anxiety, self-worth, it's hard to have that conversation with yourself. It's hard to be able to sit there and be positive about situations that you know can actually go in the opposite direction that you want them to. Yet it's so important and so valuable for you to put yourself in those situations, to have those internal conversations, start to understand how you can steer those to be more productive and less destructive. It's been Fireman Rob. I'm out.
Thanks for listening and supporting the Forged in the Fires podcast with Fireman Rob. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast, and please share this episode with a friend or family. To find out more about Fireman Rob or reach out about a question, go to www.firemanrob.com. Until next time, live your life forged in the fires.